All right, as always during the NFL season, we have our picks show on the Thursday night game. Me and Zach both took the Cincinnati Bengals plus 6.5. Matt unfortunately took Cleveland minus 6.5. So me and Zach are up one on him this week. But I got to tell everybody,
Can we get to
last
the
week,
bad beat section and talk about that?
we'll save it for that. But Matt is actually in first place. Matt went 6-0 last week. So don't just cruise over Maddie's picks. You should probably listen to what he's saying. Zach went 5-1. His only loss was on the Giants on Monday, and I went 4-1-1 with a push in, I don't even remember what game. I think it was the Chargers game. But we're all above 500. So let's go ahead, Maddie. Let's jump into the noon games, and we'll run. We got Zach on the phone. We'll run him at the end to go through all of his picks. Like you said, couldn't be with us tonight. We miss him dearly, but we did get his NFL picks in. With my picks, my noon games, I'm going to take Dallas. Dallas is -4 at home versus the Falcons. The Falcons are trash. Dump the Falcons. They are frauds. They went and made all these moves. They added some pieces, and they stink. Get rid of the Falcons. Give me the Cowboys -4. And I'm also taking Green Bay -6.5. It's at home. The Lions are trash as well. Aaron Rodgers is on this pissed off tour, and I'm okay with that. So let's go Packers -6.5 and the Cowboys -4 in our two noon games. What do you got for us, Maddie?
Noon games. All right. I'm going to Philadelphia for one, and Miles Sanders is back. That line started out as Philadelphia was a 3.5-point favorite, and money just started getting pounded on the Rams. That's a good sign, in my opinion. If everyone's pounding the Rams, I want to go the other way. That line's already been knocked down. Philly's a 1-point favorite now. If that thing keeps even going further, look out. But I don't know. I think Philadelphia is a better team than they obviously looked last week against Washington. I think the Rams were a beneficiary of a lot of questionable play calling and decision making by Mike McCarthy.
Definitely.
I think the Rams were very, very lucky to win that game in a lot of ways. And I think the Eagles were somewhat kind of like they dealt with a lot of injuries. I think Lane Johnson's back this week too as well. Miles Sanders is a bona fide stud, and he's going to be a difference maker for them big time. I really like the Eagles this week in that noon slot. The other one, it's the Miami Dolphins. They're an interdivision home dog. It's a team it's a spot I always look for. It's like one of the first things I always look for is any interdivision home dogs in a week. 5.5 points. I really think it's going to trickle up more. I'd love to see that thing get over 6 or at least to a full touchdown at 6. I don't know. I think Miami at home is going to give Buffalo some problems. Buffalo was very, very
careless.
shaky. They beat the Jets, and it's like okay, they beat the Jets. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And they didn't even bury him the way they could have.
I'm a big Brian Flores fan, and it always seems like Buffalo travels to Miami so horribly bad, and it's like they always go to South Beach and play like dog shit. So yeah. I'm jumping on Miami in that noon slot as well.
Good choice there. I don't hate that at all. In the 3 o'clock game
right now. Sorry.
Right on, man. No worries. 3 o'clock games. Give me the Baltimore Ravens going on the road to take on the Texans. I just think Baltimore is, if they're not the best team in the AFC, they're the second best. I think Houston really showed a lot of holes last week and their inability to score. Don't get me wrong. Deshaun Watson is good. David Johnson's having a good year so far. But there's so many, and their defense is still pretty good. There's so many holes in that team that I think – as long as Lamar Jackson can stay upright and stay on his feet this year, they're going to be super dangerous. I mean, Mark Andrews looks like the best tight end in the NFL right now. He's got so many weapons. And, I mean, I think they have J.K. Dobbins even running the ball right now. So they're unbelievable. I'm going with the Ravens -7 on the road. Maddie, who you got?
Piggybacking Zach, I love the Chiefs. Until the Chiefs lose and or don't cover a game, because that's all they do is win and cover. And I think it's like 10 straight games that they've won and covered as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fade them. They're the best team in the league. They're under 10 points as a favorite. It's 8.5 right now against the Chargers. Tyrod Taylor stinks.
Yeah. That experiment can't last long. At some point, they're going to have to
No,
throw Herbert in there.
they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go to him, and I shouldn't say stinks. He's not within 10 points of Patrick Mahomes though.
No.
That's just a fact. I don't care if it's in LA or wherever. I know it's in LA, but the Chiefs are an unstoppable force right now.
Yep.
And the Chargers just don't have the dogs, I don't think, to keep up.
I'm with you. Let's jump to the Sunday night game. We have the Seahawks at home hosting the Patriots. Seahawks -4. You know what? I wanted to go away from it. I think that Belichick is always, it doesn't matter if he's got Tom Brady. I think he can dial it in, but man, Seattle looks good. Seattle was my early pick to win the NFC, and I'm going to ride with them. Give me Seattle -4 at home. I know they're not going to have, the lead or the 12th man out there, but this team is very, very well put together. I think they're a very good football team, and I just don't know if the Patriots have kind of have everything down yet. I think they still even showed late in the game against Miami that they're not completely all there. So let's see. I think it's going to take a little bit more time, but we'll wait and see what happens. But give me Seattle.
Definitely agree with you 100%. I really like Seattle this week. I think I'd bet them up even higher than probably up to 5 or 5.5 points at home. I just think Russell Wilson's just damn near unstoppable right now, and he's playing at such an efficient level. The Seahawks I think you're right. I think they're going to miss the crowd a little bit, but home cooking's home cooking still.
Yeah, and New England's got to fly completely across the country.
In New England, yes, I think Cam Newton was impressive in a lot of ways, but let's not act like they were world beaters last week.
If he was that impressive, they would have throttled the very average Miami Dolphins.
Right.
And they didn't. Right. It was a 10-point game.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a very different week going to Seattle as compared to playing the Miami Dolphins. Let's jump to Monday night. We have the Las Vegas Raiders playing their first game ever in Allegiant Stadium, hosting the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are 5.5-point favorites. I'm with Zach here as well. I think the Raiders are not that bad. They picked up a good win. I don't think Carolina's good. We're all on Vegas and New Orleans. They beat a very new, very hastily put together Buccaneers team that didn't, they just didn't show me that much. And I think that there's a lot behind what John Gruden is doing there and kind of hyping these guys up that, they're starting something brand new. And this is going to be the first game to ever play in this new stadium. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out a win in their first game ever at Allegiant.
Thomas is out, so the best receiver in the game is
which reminds me, I need to take him off my fantasy team.
Yeah, so you start losing guys like that, and the Saints become a much different animal. I think it always seems like Gruden's good for like an early season primetime just performance where he just wills the team to a win. He's walking with swagger on the sidelines, and he's got the cockeyed smile with the half eye closed. It's just like he's gonna have one game where he's just popping.
And why not use that in the first game ever in Vegas?
And it's gonna happen. Vegas, I'd probably take money line at home. The first NFL game in the gambling mecca of the world. I think I'm going to lean towards Vegas in that one.
I love it. That is our NFL pick. Make sure you check that out. That will be also out on its own video on YouTube. So check that out. And like I said, make sure you follow Maddie. Even, last week undefeated. So maybe ride those picks, ride the wave with Matt.